All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So really interesting day today. I'll be honest, I thought the focus was going to be the soundhound drop. Clearly that's not the case. It was this bullfrog pop, right? And I'm actually really excited to talk about today because look, I often say I'm not here to tell you where my money is, okay? I am not perfect. I definitely get things wrong. I literally do the opposite of the advice I give on these videos sometimes and like laugh about it because I'm putting my money somewhere else instead of what I'm saying is good on here. So that said, look, this morning I posted this that I had a 460 bid on Bullfrog, all right? And if you look, the low of the day was 451, all right? Literally not that many fills hit below me, and that wasn't a made up number. And yes, I saw that it started up here at like 530, right? But again, there was reasons why I put that 640. I'm glad it hit. If it didn't, I would not have chased the dragon, all right? So I'll talk a little bit about my actual trading strategy on that one, all right? From there, the next one I'm going to talk about is guard force. So guard force, man, I can't tell what I think about guard force. That's, I think, the simplest thing to say, all right? Because again, I think if Bullfrog didn't do well today, I would have assumed guard force would have gone down, but that wasn't the case, and it's kind of holding some moving averages, okay? From there, yeah, Soundhound, just a rough day, okay? I often say I like offerings. Truth be told, I like when the offering happens at the peak of the run. Yes, I get upset that like it stopped the run, but let's not do an offering after we've nosedived a little bit, you know what I mean? So we'll talk about that one on Soundhound. And then for real, I have no idea what Big Bear AI looks like, so that will be done live really on this call. So before we go any further though, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do make manually myself. Sorry about that brain fart. And then when we are done up here, we will use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video online, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really helps. For real, sharing the video helps because like I'm doing this solo and yeah, I'm not that good at it, I'll be honest. But yeah, that said, even if you do nothing, you being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? So let's talk about Bullfrog, right? And look, I normally don't do this, but I'm going to give you my trading strategy for how I played Bullfrog, all right? So I wake up, I see that we are, I mean, look, let's just click on it and you can see the stock opens up here at 532, all right? And I see that for sure. However, there were reasons for me to believe that that wasn't gonna like keep going up, despite the fact that the high is actually up there, right? So what did I see? And again, let me just go back to this. I have a 460 bid that I actually didn't think was going to fill, because when I was making this reply, it was just literally sitting very comfortably in that like 480 range, and I had no intention of raising my bid. I really didn't. If it hit, great. If it didn't, dang. All right. So where did I get that number from? Okay, the answer was right here on the 15-minute chart. So when I get going, I can definitely see that we are going down. I can definitely see that we're losing the 8 moving average. And really at the time, I was able to basically, again, these move, right? So the line doesn't look like it did the exact moment that it did. But yeah, I basically was able to look at this and actually say, you know what? I think this is going to come down to 460. Obviously, it went a little lower. Am I sad that I didn't hit it at the lowest? No, of course not, right? I'm at the very minimum extremely happy that I didn't buy it at 530 and watch it drop, right? Like literally, if it didn't like go back up from where it was, that could have been a real devastating day, all right? So this really is a beautiful example of why I always say it. Look, after hours and pre-market, sometimes will get your hand stuck in the cookie jar. And in my opinion, actually get your hand stuck most of the time in the cookie jar, right? So again, I had a 460 target using my moving averages. Even like literally, this is probably this is, I'm sure, when I sent the message, give or take, maybe even here for all I know. But yeah, it was living in the 480s. And like, yeah, if it filled, great. If it didn't, it didn't. And look, I made money. I hit at 460 and I watched it go all the way up to here. All right. I think it's coming down after hours, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's coming down. Again, whatever. I'm still cool, right? Like that's the importance that I always talk about with after hours pre-market noise, okay? So the next thing we're gonna actually talk about is, hey, what is this gonna do, right? That's obviously why you're watching this video. So look, we are in a pump and dump situation. I'm not necessarily saying that's my opinions just yet, but just hear me out, okay? So volume the day before was 55,000, all right? Not 500K. We then go all the way up to basically 55 million. Do you know how many decimals we've moved? That's a crazy volume spike, right? The question will be, can this thing hold? I'll be honest with you, I can see this really easily coming down to 430. I can. You know, what really is going to drive some movement though is the fact that we're just kind of sitting in this real only look, there's not a lot of history. This horizontal pretty much lines up with IPO too. Okay, and yeah, I see this golden cross ready to hit. Like, this was a death cross. You know, the goal would be that it kind of keeps going up. Like, there's definitely some positive things. And yeah, I saw the news. Cancer patent, that's two real big words, okay? I think, you know, you want to know my honest opinion? I think I'm almost a little scared that what once was a pure AI play is now actually like an FDA thumbs up, thumbs down thing, you know? And, you know, I actually didn't know that that's what this thing was trying to do. I guess I can see why it says health information, right? So I guess that makes sense. But yeah, cancer patent are two bullish words, all right? They are. And I mean, again, the technicals are definitely, look, red till about here, right? I don't think we're going to come this low because we do have these two lines, but we're sitting like, again, let me just draw this line. I'm going to delete it because the moving average is like, look, green, red, green, basically nothing, red. Like, this was a quick up. This could be another quick down. Or this is the or we break 530 and fly, okay? And look, it really could happen, you know, like this MACD is starting to get real close to the positive. Obviously, that's a real good RSI that like is still in a very, very, very healthy range. It's all about volume. Okay, the most horrible thing that could happen here is this thing drops down to like 14 million shares traded. Okay, this really needs to stay around the like 40 million range. Let's just do some simple math. There's about 9 hours of trading, right? Let's just say I want to hit 45 million shares. We better be close to 5 million shares traded that first hour, right? If we can hit 5 million shares every hour for the 9 hours, we'll get that 45 that we need, right? Obviously, I want to go higher. Give me 60 million, give me 70 million, give me 90 million, right? So, oh man, this was the biggest volume day. Because I was going to say, I know Bullfrog's had some noise before, but this was a big day. And again, I'm not necessarily trying to like take away from, again, the two big words, patent, cancer patent, but you know, this is pump and dump. Like that's what a pump and dump looks like. You get big volumes and then it drops, right? Because again, let's just kind of talk about the news real quick. So what does the patent actually mean? Is Bullfrog making money off this patent yet? All right. What else actually? You know what? You want to know the truth? Patents also really come with a lot of lawsuits and defending it. Now they've got to like defend it, right? So they like, just remember, always be skeptical about the news, okay? I've said it a billion times that the words are bullish, but don't just take the words, smile, and throw your money in it. That's how you end up buying at 530 and watch it dropping, right? So just food for thought. But look, end of the day, again, I'm going to say it, if volume holds, if 530 breaks, we're going to 7, and then from there, who knows? I'll be real honest, okay? However, I'll say it again. Yeah, there's actually a really good reason to believe we're going to come actually down here to 420. No, not 420. That's a little too low. 435, give or take, right? Like, I actually very much believe that could happen. You know what I mean? So, Yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions here. But yeah, I don't even think we need to look at the weekly. Yeah, it's been a really horrible weekly. But yeah, now we're over it. And this 20 moving average just started. We are so far away from the 50. Like it's only been 5 candles. We still need another 45 weeks before we get a 50 moving average, right? So we're well over both moving averages. This is the only little thing stopping us from literally taking off again. So interesting things. Let's see how this confirms. I think the confirmation is going to be way more important than today. All right, guard force. What's going on with guard force? All right, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to show you that same little 15-minute chart. I got my hand stuck in the cookie jar here, okay? I saw this break. All right, and then I got to zoom out a little bit. Like that break on the 15-minute chart was actually over all 5 moving averages. I thought we were done. I saw the confirmation start right here, actually start going up. And yeah, I got my hand stuck in the cookie jar a little bit right there. A little disappointed, but hey, you can't win them all, can't lose them all. As much as I wasn't bragging on that first one with that 460 call, but I thought it'd be good at least. Let me be honest about a little dumb thing I did this morning. But what's going on with guard force? Okay. We obviously have seen this a number of times, right? You reject really important moving averages and you fall really hard, okay? The thing though is this 8 moving average is actually still kind of going up, okay? And it looks like the 20 is actually still going up. Yeah, that's for sure a golden cross. It for sure is. Let's just see if it keeps going up, right? We're actually, because let me look at this. This is 466. We're at 465. Damn, we are a penny below that. That actually does suck a little bit. But, you know, there was a lot of nothingness in where we were. So this drop down really does, you know, make a lot of sense. Like I said, I got a little cocky. I thought we were going to make a rerun and go a little bit sooner. I actually didn't unload shares. So I definitely took a little bit of a loss here. But I'm going to see what tomorrow does. I might unload if we obviously lose the 8 moving average. But yeah, MACD's in the positive. It kind of looks like this RSI is trying to hold the 60 and not really give up. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overlooking it, right? But volume's doing not bad. I'm curious to see, because again, if this breaks, that's when things can get silly, right? And we're pretty much at the gap fill on that, right? Because what's over these lines, basically green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 could be a quick to 21. I do not have $21 dreams at sub 7. That's for sure. And again, I'm literally saying I wouldn't be surprised if we come down to 560, right? Like that's a pretty hard drop from where we're at. That's definitely almost a 20% drop actually, right? So that's in the back of my head as I'm telling you, I do have shares holding, and I definitely took a little bit of a loss today, right? If I told you I like bought in the 7s, right? So yeah, again, guard force I think will heavily match bullfrog. I think if bullfrog didn't go wild today, soundhound's bad day also would have drove this. So just I think some interesting things to see. Again, I don't think we need the weekly much just yet. Yeah, let's I think next week is where the weekly will really mean a little bit more. I think the whole story is actually on this daily. So if we can break basically 840, oh yeah, get ready. I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if we come down to 560. Really, best case would be coming up to like 7. Hell, even a little higher at like 740. That would be great, because again, I don't necessarily need it to break this tomorrow, right? We can slow and steady this thing up and just maintain a good healthy RSI. So what are you doing after hours? Just curious. Not much. Okay, next up is soundhound. So if look, again, there is no financial advice in either my videos or the comments that are put on the videos, right? But I've always said, if you read the comments on my videos, man, there is some amazing either money-making or money-saving advice. Again, nothing's financial advice. It's just, let's not even use the word advice. It's opinions, all right? There were two separate comments. Both of them were talking about soundhound. Both of them were saying, hey, I'm seeing some stuff happen. Obviously, you can see it. We gapped down pretty hard. We closed up here at 292. We opened down here at 268, and obviously keep going down from there, right? So there were rumblings in the comment that really would have helped you avoid a full 20% candle, right? It would have been a really, really easy place to put a stop loss right here at basically 250. Once it got just too far from that 220 line, sorry, the 220, the 200 moving average, I would have gotten, you know, real scared. But again, like I said, once this thing opened here and was showing the signs of going down, again, you can see volume just crushing it going up, right? Like I said right here that this was the devastating moment in SoundHound. It's done nothing but continual devastation since, right? Like this is the rough thing. And I'm going to say it one more time. Generally, if you watch my videos, I always say, hey, look, like offerings aren't a bad thing. Offerings are a way for a company to make some good money. The problem for me is if you're not making the offering here, you know, that's a bad, like there is no point in making an offering right here. There just isn't, you know. And as much as I do my best to like, I don't know how offerings are timed. I'm not trying to pretend I do, but like, yeah, this was just such a horrible time to do it. I really think the worst is not over. I for sure see this low RSI. What I'm really focused on is this really ugly MACD slipping, this continual volume going up. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing's still dropping. Oh, it's going up a little bit. I'll be completely sincere. I don't think we're getting over this 200 moving average. I don't. I am very, very scared for SoundHound. I think 180 is very realistic. Maybe this thing can catch itself at 204 because there's a little bit something right here and a little bit something right here. I'm not going to draw the line though. I think 204 is worth putting in your back pocket, but yeah, I think this is the better line for sure. Half of this candle, basically the top of this one, almost the top, bottom of that one. Yeah, I like this line actually. This is a scary MACD. One more time, that's horrible volume. There's a lot to be worried on SoundHound. And again, normally I say don't worry about the offering. This is not one I like. This is bad. That's a death cross right there. That's an 8 moving average going down. That's a 20 moving average going down. And then most of all, we have now lost all 5 moving averages. Break all 5 and fly. Lose all 5 and die. I don't think that this 20% day is the end of it. All right. We'll look at the weekly real quick. But yeah, there's not much to look at. Actually, it's even scarier because now we're under all the moving averages on the weekly. There's plenty of room for this thing to fall. It's already been as low as a 20 RSI right here, right? So I think we're going to see weeks of pain. I actually think based on this weekly, we're going to go below 180. I don't think it's going to happen immediately. Shit, it really might though, because red, 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 green, 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 green. Like these are just immediate. Like, psh, be careful with SoundHound. There is nothing else that needs to be said here. BBAI, I have no idea what you look like. I know it looked bad the last time I looked here, and yeah, it's still looking bad. And really, this I think echoes very well with what I just said about SoundHound. Lose all 5 moving averages and die. Yeah, you might make a little recovery back up, but you're not going to get over the important lines. This one couldn't even get over the 8, let alone the 200, right? So yeah, definitely a little wick. I hope it didn't fake some people out, but you know I don't care about wicks. It obviously got me in trouble with guardforce this morning, right? So it's all about the close, right? So yeah, bad things happen. I'm seeing this 8 come down. I'm seeing the 20 come down. That's about to death cross. That was a death cross. Like there's nothing but bad on the last 2, really. And again, nothing's kind of screaming the worst is over just yet. So what happens after that line? I think it's a real hard drop if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, sweet Jesus, look at what's coming, right? So be careful. Yeah, the last 2 were rather scary to say the least. So hey, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Otherwise, you know I appreciate you. Thank you.